Once upon a time, the king of the West had a son who, one night, dreamed a dream in which destiny betrothed him to the daughter of the king of the East. In the morning he awoke and saw the betrothal ring of the maiden was on his finger. On the very same night, the same dream had come to the sleeping maiden, who on the morrow found on her finger the betrothal ring of the son of the king of the West. The lad at once started to find his betrothed, and after a long journey came to the city of the king of the East. He entered into the service of the king as a stranger, because he could not make himself known on account of the continuous strife existing between his father and the king of the East. He served the king 7 years, during which he spent many happy hours with the young princess, his betrothed. At the expiration of the 7 years, he asked the hand of the princess as a remuneration for his services. The king, who was pleased with the lad, consented to give him his daughter in marriage. But the lad said he must take her to his country, where the wedding should take place. The king consented to that also, and let his daughter go, giving her a precious dower. On their way to the country of the king of the West, they had to cross the sea, and so went on board a ship. The captain, being a wicked man, was charmed by the beauty of the maiden, and before the ship sailed he sent the lad ashore, bidding him to make further preparation, as the voyage would probably be long on account of contrary winds. As soon as the lad disappeared, the captain weighed anchor and set sail. The lad came back only to find that the ship had sailed away with his love on board. There remained nothing for him to do but to lament and bewail his ill luck. The maiden, who was in the cabin, did not discover the truth until it was too late. To her censure and upbraiding, the vile captain answered with the proposal that she should become his wife. This story of the prince and princess is a beautiful reflection of the soul's journey toward God. Just like the prince and princess were betrothed in a dream, we too are eternally connected to the divine, even if we forget it. As Krishna says in Gita, chapter 15, verse 7, "The living being is my eternal fragment," reminding us that our bond with God is never broken. The prince quietly served near his beloved for 7 years, just as Gita chapter 12, verse 14 says, "One who is content, self-controlled, and determined is very dear to me." The soul silently loves and serves God even without being fully united. When the prince asks to take the princess home, it reflects our inner longing for divine union. And in Gita chapter 9, verse 22, Krishna promises, "To those who worship me with exclusive devotion, I carry what they lack and preserve what they have." But then comes the test. Maya, illusion, like the wicked captain, steals the soul's focus, separating it from its beloved. In Gita chapter 7, verse 14, Krishna warns, "My divine energy is hard to overcome, as worldly desires try to take over our devotion." The prince, now alone and heartbroken, reflects the soul's despair, crying out in longing. Krishna says in Gita chapter 18, verse 66, "Surrender unto me alone. I will deliver you from all sin. Do not fear," reminding us that surrender is our anchor in suffering. Even though the princess is far from the prince, she refuses the captain's proposal, just like a true devotee stays faithful. As Gita chapter 6, verse 30 says, "He who sees me in all beings and all beings in me never loses sight of me." This tale is really our own. Krishna reminds us in Gita chapter 6, verse 47, "The yogi who worships me with love is the highest of all." So we must ask ourselves, do we remember the dream? Have we been separated by illusion? Will we keep searching with love? Because the divine still waits patiently, lovingly, for the soul to return.